In this video, I have discussed a few proof type questions from trigonometry, and the questions that I've taken are from the Maharashtra government textbook, Maths Part 1, 11th Standard, Chapter 2, Exercise 2.2. Yet, it's not important that you refer this video only if you are a state board student. Even if you're a student from some other board, this video is going to be helpful because whatever sums I've taken are very standard questions, and no matter whichever board you belong to, you will see these questions at you will find these questions in some or the other corner of your textbook. So let's begin with the questions. All the questions are proof type questions. So if you check the first one, you need to prove that this entire thing is equal to this. So we will begin either with the left hand side or right hand side, whatever is convenient to us, and accordingly we will solve the questions. Here it is better we go ahead with the left hand side only. So on the left hand side we have 1 plus tan square a, and that will be equal to sec square a. And the second term is, here you have a 1 upon tan square a, which can be written as cot square a, and then this 1 plus cot square a is basically equal to cosec square a. So the left hand side is sec square a plus cosec square a, and we need to convert that entire thing to sine square a minus sine power 4a. So whenever you are stuck up while solving any question, convert everything to sine and cos. Most of the times that trick helps, sometimes it may not, but here it will help. So sec square a, sec a is basically reciprocal of cos a. So I am writing sec square a as 1 upon cos square a plus cosec square a is 1 upon sine square a. You can simply cross multiply and add up the two terms, so that would make it sine square a plus cos square a upon cos square a into sine square a. Well, let's make a few changes here itself. We know that sine square a plus cos square a will be equal to 1, and now we need only and only the terms in sine in the denominator. So what we will do is we will write cos square a also as 1 minus sine square a. So I'm writing that cos square a as 1 minus sine square a, and yeah, that's it. You can just expand the brackets. When you expand the brackets, you have 1 upon, the first term would be 1 into sine square a, that is sine square a, minus sine square a into sine square a would be sine power 4a. Yeah, and that's your right hand side. That is how you are proving this particular result, or that is how we are solving this particular question. Let's go ahead with the second one. We have this thing on the left hand side, and on the right hand side we have a minus 1. So cos square a minus 1. Well, you can think of cos square a minus 1 as basically minus of 1 minus cos square a. So that's your left hand side that we are solving, into cot square a plus 1. 1 plus cot square a, that is basically equal to cosec square a, minus of 1 minus cos square a would be sine square a, and then cosec square a is the reciprocal of sine square a. So I am writing cosec square a as 1 upon sine square a. You can cancel off sine square a in the numerator and denominator, and the final answer would be minus 1, which is equal to your RHS. So that is how we are proving the second one. Go ahead with the third one. Sine theta plus sec theta the whole square plus cos theta plus cosec theta the whole square should be equal to 1 plus cosec theta sec theta the whole square. That is what we need to prove. Begin with your left hand side, and like I have said, if you don't understand anything, convert everything to sine and cos, and your sum will be done in no time. We have sine theta plus 1 upon cos theta. This is a terminology I often use to save time, so even you can use it if you want to do the sums quickly. Just make sure to see that you're not writing these kind of expressions in your exams, okay? So we have sine theta plus 1 upon cos theta the whole square plus this term would become cos theta plus 1 upon sine theta the whole square. Just add up the terms here. So we have sine theta into cos theta plus 1 upon cos theta the whole square plus, even this would become sine theta into cos theta plus 1 divided by sine theta the whole square. Now if you check the two terms, then from the numerator you can actually pull out sine theta cos theta plus 1 the whole square common. So we are pulling out sine theta cos theta plus 1 the whole square common, and in the bracket we will be left with 1 upon cos square theta plus 1 upon sine square theta. You can just add up the two terms by simply cross multiplying them. That is, this would become sine square theta plus cos square theta divided by sine square theta into cos square theta. Sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1, and we can write this sine square cos square, sine square theta into cos square theta, as 1 upon sine theta cos theta the whole square. Now, because these are two squares, we can actually club the two terms into one term only. So we can say that this entire thing is basically sine theta cos theta plus 1 into 1 upon sine theta cos theta the whole square. So finally, when you open the bracket, it's like sine theta cos theta plus 1 upon sine theta cos theta only. You split the two terms. So the first term would be sine theta cos theta upon sine theta cos theta, which is 1, plus it is 1 upon sine theta cos theta the whole square. Now, we know that 1 upon sine theta will be cosec theta. So the first term is cosec theta into 1 upon cos theta will be sec theta. Okay. So this entire expression becomes 1 plus cosec theta sec theta the whole square, and that is what we had on our right hand side. So this entire expression turns out to be equal to the right hand side, and that is how we are solving our third question. Take the fourth one. So we have on the left hand side 1 plus cot minus cosec theta, 1 plus cot theta minus cosec theta into 1 plus tan theta plus sec theta equal to 2. I have really no clue about how will we be solving this question. So like I've always been telling you, convert everything to sine and cos. The rest of the things, universe is going to take care of it. So 1 plus cot theta, cot would be cos upon sine, minus cosec would also be 1 upon sine, into 1 plus tan theta plus sec theta. So that is 1 plus sine by cos plus 1 upon cos. Okay. Let us simply take the LCM of these numbers. So in the first bracket, we will have the common denominator as sine. And in the numerator, it would be sine theta plus cos theta minus 1. And then in the second bracket, it would be cos theta plus sine theta plus 1 divided by cos theta. Okay. I think I can treat sine theta plus cos theta as one term. So here also I'll write the first term as sine theta plus cos theta. And now we can see that the expression in the numerator is of the type a minus b into a plus b. So a plus b into a minus b was basically a square minus b square. So the left hand side becomes a square, that is sine theta plus cos theta the whole square, minus 1 square, which is 1, upon we have sine theta cos theta. So let's expand sine theta plus cos theta the whole square. That would be sine square theta plus 2 times sine theta cos theta plus cos square theta minus 1, the whole divided by sine theta cos theta. Sine square theta plus cos square theta, this would be equal to 1, but that 1 minus this 1 will be equal to 0. So this 1 minus the 1 here is 0. So we have actually consumed sine square theta and cos square theta, and we are finally left with 2 sine theta cos theta upon sine theta cos theta. You can cancel the numerator and denominator here, and the final expression for it will be equal to 2. So that is how we are proving this particular sum. The fifth one, tan cube theta upon 1 plus tan square theta, that's your left hand side, plus we have cot cube theta upon 1 plus cot square theta. It's just an application of the standard formula, okay? So we have tan cube theta, 1 plus tan square theta is sec square theta, plus cot cube theta, 1 plus cot square theta is cosec square theta. The best thing, convert everything to sine and cos, your job will be done. So tan cube theta is like sine cube theta upon cos cube theta, and that sec square theta in the denominator can be written as cos square theta in the numerator, plus cot cube theta would be cos cube theta upon sine cube theta, cosec square theta in the denominator can be written as sine square theta in the numerator. So now you can cancel a cos square theta here and the cube here, sine square theta and the cube here. So we are finally left with sine cube theta upon cos theta plus cos cube theta upon sine theta, and we need to convert that to sec cosec minus 2 sine cos, right? Let's cross multiply. Let's just add up the terms simply like we keep adding fractions. So let me just write down that thing properly for you. We had sine cube upon cos plus cos cube upon sine. So we will cross multiply, and that is how we will add up the two terms. So we are going to have sine power 4 theta plus cos power 4 theta divided by sine theta cos theta. Now Sine power 4 theta plus cos power 4 theta. We can write it as sine square theta the whole square plus cos square theta the whole square plus 2 sine square theta cos square theta minus 2 sine square theta cos square theta. This entirely is going to be a numerator, divided by, we have sine theta cos theta. Okay, the first term plus the second term plus the third term, it is like a square plus b square plus 2ab, and that actually becomes a plus b the whole square. The first three terms, these three terms, are sine square theta plus cos square theta the whole square minus 2 sine square theta cos square theta upon sine theta cos theta. Sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1. The square of it is also equal to 1. And then when you split the terms, the first term would be 1 upon sine theta cos theta. And in the second term also you will have a sine theta cos theta in the denominator. If you cancel off that term, you will simply be left with 2 sine theta cos theta as the second term. The first term, 1 upon sine theta becomes sec theta, and 1 upon cos theta, 1 upon sine theta becomes cosec theta, and 1 upon cos theta becomes sec theta. So the final value for the expression will be sec theta cosec theta minus 2 sine theta cos theta, which is exactly what you have on the right hand side. Okay, so that's the answer for your fifth question, or that's the solution for your fifth question. Now in the sixth question you need to prove this. To prove that, this is the entire expression you need to prove. So let's just rewrite that question. That is, we need to prove that 1 upon sec theta plus tan theta. Let's take that minus here and this term here. So we have plus 1 upon sec theta minus tan theta is equals to 1 upon cos theta plus 1 upon cos theta. This is what we have to prove. That is, we have to prove that. Just cross multiply the two terms and add them. I mean, the way you add them, the way you add fractions, simply add the two fractions exactly in that same manner. So we will have sec minus tan plus sec plus tan. Of course, with the theta there, simply writing a sec does not make sense. So it is sec theta minus tan theta plus sec theta plus tan theta. Just to speak that entire term in short, sec minus tan plus sec plus tan. In the denominator, it is sec plus tan into sec minus tan, which is sec square theta minus tan square theta. But sec square theta minus tan square theta is 1. So the denominator is 1. And in the numerator, we are cancelling off tan, and we are having 2 sec theta. Okay, so we are having 2 sec theta, and we have to prove it is equal to 2 upon cos theta. But 2 upon cos theta means 2 sec theta only. So this result is already true. If this result is true, this result will be true. And if this result will be true, the proof is also true. This is a different way of proving a given expression. But yeah, even this way of proving is valid in your papers. So here's one more method of proving sums that you are learning. And yeah, that is how we are solving the sixth question. Let's go ahead with the seventh one. Sin theta plus 1 upon cos theta plus 1 plus cos theta upon sin theta is 2 cosec theta. Simply add up the two fractions on the left. That will give you sin square theta plus 1 plus cos theta the whole square divided by 1 plus cos theta into sin theta. Let's expand that 1 plus cos theta the whole square. That would be 1 plus 2 cos theta plus cos square theta. But sin square theta plus cos square theta would be 1. So we write sin square theta plus cos square theta as 1. But 1 plus 1 will again be 2. You can pull out that 2 common from here. So you are left with 2 into 1 plus cos theta. But that 1 plus cos theta gets cancelled in the numerator and denominator. You are left with 2 upon sin theta, which is equal to 2 cosec theta. And yeah, that is equal to your right hand side. So that's how easy the seventh question was. Take a look at the eighth one. Tan theta upon sec theta minus 1 is sec theta plus 1 upon tan theta. Start with the left hand side. You can simply rationalize the terms here. That would be a better option. So tan theta upon sec theta minus 1. Rationalize means you multiply with sec theta plus 1. Here you had sec theta minus 1, right? If you have a minus b, you multiply with a plus b upon a plus b. I mean, if you have a minus b here, you multiply that expression with a plus b upon a plus b. So I'm multiplying it with sec theta plus 1 upon sec theta plus 1. In the numerator, it would be tan theta into tan theta into sec theta plus 1 and in the denominator we will have sec square theta minus 1. Sec square theta, okay, it's sec theta minus 1, sec theta plus 1. That is a minus b into a plus b, which makes it a square minus b square, that is sec square theta minus 1. Sec square theta minus 1 would be tan square theta. So we can cancel off one tan theta in the numerator and denominator, and the value of the expression finally becomes equal to sec theta plus 1 upon tan theta. So that's the solution for the 8th question. Let's quickly take the next one, which is exactly identical to the previous one. It's cot theta upon cosec theta minus 1. So we are rationalizing it with cosec theta plus 1. So in the numerator what we have is cot theta into cosec theta plus 1. But then in the denominator it's a minus b into a plus b. So the denominator is going to be cosec square theta minus 1. But cosec square theta minus 1 is cot square theta. So cot theta gets cancelled here and here. And you are finally left with cosec theta plus 1 upon cot theta, and that is your right hand side. Okay, so we begin with our left hand side even in the 10th question. Sec a plus cos a into sec a minus cos a. So we know that this will be sec square a minus cos square a. Now that we need to convert it into tan square and sin square, we know a result which very clearly tells us that sec square a is 1 plus tan square a minus cos square a is basically 1 minus sin square a. You can just expand the bracket, or you can just open the bracket. This would be minus 1 plus sin square a. This 1 minus 1 gets cancelled, and we are ultimately left with tan square a plus sin square a, which is equal to the RHS. So a very easy question. And with that we go ahead with the 11th one. So you need to prove that this is equal to this. And this is a very peculiar type of question where I will be using a theorem that you have learned in school. That is the theorem on equal ratios. See, the theorem on equal ratios tells you that if A upon B is equal to C upon D, then that ratio A upon B, which was equal to C upon D, can also be equal to A plus C upon B plus D. It's like you have added the numbers horizontally. You have added these two and you have added these two, and you ultimately got another fraction which is A plus C upon B plus D, and that fraction which you just got will be equal to the original fractions. Okay. You can also subtract the numbers and claim that the fraction will be equal to A minus C upon B minus D. And with this theorem we will be able to solve this question very easily. Now because this question is involving terms of sec and tan, we will use the relation which involves sec square theta and tan square theta. That is, sec square theta is tan square theta plus 1. Take that 1 on the left. You have sec square theta minus 1 is equals to tan square theta. And now you can say that sec square theta minus 1 is like a square minus b square. So write it as sec theta plus 1 into sec theta minus 1 is equals to tan square theta would be tan theta into tan theta. Let's just write down that result again on a separate page. So sec theta plus 1 into sec theta minus 1, that was equal to tan theta into tan theta. Take one of those terms, that is either this or this, in the denominator of the right hand side. Now which term to take, that depends on the question. See, in the question you need sec theta plus 1 here and sec theta plus 1 in the denominator. So try to keep sec theta plus 1 in the denominator. Sec theta plus 1, we will take it in the denominator of the right. So we have sec theta minus 1, bring 1 tan theta in the denominator here. So sec theta minus 1 upon tan theta would be tan theta upon sec theta plus 1. And now we are using the theorem on equal ratios, that is, we can add up the numbers horizontally. So because we can add up the numbers horizontally, or the terms we can add them up horizontally, this will be equal to sec theta minus 1 plus tan theta upon tan theta plus sec theta plus 1. Do we have one of the terms that we require in our expression? Check this properly. We have in the denominator tan plus sec plus 1. Tan plus sec plus 1 is right here in the denominator. So we do have it. But check the numerator. In the numerator we have sec minus 1 plus tan. Is the numerator that very term? Sec minus 1 plus tan. Yes. So we have got our right hand side. But now we need our left hand side also. We need to be a little careful with our left hand side because we will have to subtract the terms. But which term to subtract from where? That is one very peculiar thing that we need to be careful about. 1 plus sec minus tan is what we need in the denominator. So 1 plus sec minus tan happens if you are going to subtract this from this. So we are basically subtracting tan from sec plus 1. That is, we are basically doing right minus left. Okay, so this fraction will be equal to, in the denominator it is right minus left, that is sec theta plus 1 minus tan theta, and in the numerator you have right minus left. Okay, so tan theta minus of sec theta minus 1, open the bracket, so it will be minus sec theta plus 1, and that finally is the result. You can just check it with the expression we have right here. Now I have not written it in the same order like the question. In your exams you have to write it in the order that the question is telling you, but since we are currently not writing an exam and I am just making a video, I am telling you the method to reach this particular step. So this step has been reached and you can verify it with the expression here. They are equal, and yes, that is how we are proving this particular result. A different kind of question, and let me also tell you that these kind of questions can be formed with sin theta cos theta and cosec theta cot theta also, because the identity was existing for sin theta cos theta and cosec theta cot theta. So even if the sum appears this kind of a question with sin cos or cot and cosec, then the same type of, you will use the same identity and simplify the sum in the same manner. Theorem on equal ratios will be very helpful for solving those kind of problems. So I am done with whatever I wanted to discuss in this video. I hope that whatever I have discussed with you has been someplace somewhere helpful to you in your preparations. Thank you for watching.